Well, good morning and welcome back to our final fabulous segment here on Cityline. With me is a beautiful individual who needs no introduction because they are all over Tacoma spreading goodness. And I'm talking about Maury Griffin. You are the founder and event director for Black Night Market. And you were here to talk about the 2024 events. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Man, you are just, do you have wheels on your feet? I mean, I just can't even comprehend the amount of activity, the energy, and the success that is just all around you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So let's talk about, for people who are just starting to catch on to what all of us have known for a while, what is the Black Night Market? And we've got a video that we're going to talk over.
Okay, so the Black Night Market is an innovative marketplace that highlights BIPOC owned businesses and performing artists. So at our events, we have food, performing arts, and vendors and other organizations that are supportive to the BIPOC community.
Yum. You did say food, didn't you?
Yes, that was a peach cobbler cookie by 7-ish Cookie Desserts. It was so good.
Okay, and the popcorn?
Yes, that was from Freezy Treats, and that art was by Merle, the art lady. And we also have face painting as well. This is Shelby Swims and her daughter. She is a R&B singer and songwriter.
Oh, God. Oh, and more food.
Yes, that's from Chinny Plate, and it was so good.
I bet it was. Oh my, and then music.
Yes, so that is marimba, Zambuco Marimba Ensemble, which is African wood xylophones.
Oh, I love
it. It was
that.
beautiful.
So how has the Black Night Market evolved since you first started this? Because I remember when you first started this, it was just like a little whisper in the wind. And it is now a full orchestra. So how has that evolved? What happened?
So we've evolved through the type of events that we produce. So we're now more in the performance scene. We have our night markets and we have Poetry After Dark. We have a Black Art Soiree, which is highlighting a live jazz and poetry. And then we have a soul food festival, which is highlighting neo soul music and food. So we just kind of like just expanded in a way where we're doing different things and providing more experiences for our community.
Yeah, so one of the things that when I have had the pleasure and privilege of attending a Black Night Market are the vendors and products. First off, the vendors, kind, they have passion, they talk about the journey of being a brick and mortar business. And if that's all you get out of that, that is the gold standard. But wait, there's more. And then the products are unbelievable. So give us an idea coming up here what we're going to see in terms of products and vendors.
So for our next events, we have artists who are selling their art, jewelry makers, candle makers, people who design clothes. We also have organizations that I mentioned that are, providing resources for our community. Food, of course.
Yeah.
And really that's the type of vendors that we have. From nonprofits to artists to clothing and candles, body care, all kinds of stuff like that.
So I'm going to ask you this. What kind of challenges have you faced in terms of organizing the Black Night Market, and how have you overcome them? Because you started this, just you, Maury. So
my biggest challenge is finding venues that want to accommodate what we do.
Okay.
We've had some issues where venues will say yes, and then once they find out who we are and what we actually do, they turn around and say, hey, this doesn't fit our brand. So that's one issue that I've experienced in Tacoma. And how I overcome that is just by going where I'm loved and supported. So, I'll talk about sponsors later, but just working with community that wants us there.
Yes.
And wants to support us. And starting next year, we'll be traveling. So trying out different places other than Tacoma. So.
Oh, I love that. So are there any particular themes or seasonal events that you're going to start focusing on this year?
Yeah, so Poetry After Dark is once every 2 months, which is a poetic open mic experience. We have poets and musicians, so it's really a great turnout every time. We also had our Black Business Brunch in February, and then our Black Art Soiree and our Soul Food Festival, which is also new this year. So,
oh my gosh, I mean, when you talk about soul food,
yeah.
I mean, that is a front and center seat of, and it's not just about the food, it's about what's gone into it and the family histories, and it's so rich. So you've also mentioned some special events and performances, and then we saw the beautiful marimba and the xylophones that were going on. What else do you have?
We have a jazz band coming out on August 31st. Marcel E.C. Augustin, he started a band, and that I'm really excited for them. They're just the greatest. I can
already hear it now. I've got it. So give us another idea about what is coming up, because the market reflects also seasons here in Tacoma. So when we look at something for fall, or we look at things as we start to work into the holiday seasons, how does the market reflect that?
So we have some holiday special events coming up with Tacoma Arts Live. So we'll be doing a Halloween event at Tacoma Armory. We'll also be having a Christmas event and a before Christmas event, so that folks can get that extra gift shopping in.
Yeah, I need that. I interrupted you, but keep going.
That's about it. It's just Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas.
All right. And of course that Soul Food Festival, which you're holding your cards pretty close to your chest, because not everything is crossed and dotted, but we know that that's going to happen.
That'll be the first weekend of September, and we got permission to block off the street in front of the Tacoma Armory, so it'll actually be like a street food festival.
Oh,
so.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I have the perfect eating pants I'm going to have on the whole time.
Me too.
Oh, I love it. So when we think about, one of the things I've been struck with is how the vendors are so close. They're like a family. And the times that I have been there and said, how did you hear about this? They will often point to somebody who they either helped or they have done some volunteer work. So what is the application process like for people who walk in and say, hey, I could do this. I've been making these candies in my family for years. How do they go about getting involved?
They can go to our website, blacknightmarket.com, and they can click sign up. There's different applications per event or whatever you are. So if you're a vendor, food truck, or performer, there's different applications for that. It's just as simple as signing up. We do recommend and encourage people to have business licenses and permits.
Yes.
If you don't, we can get temporary ones for you, or we can help you obtain those. So yeah, it's just real simple.
I love that. So you were really paving the way for their success, because when it's just you, like it is just you, Mari, you don't know what you don't know, but when somebody else comes alongside you and says, hey, I have some ways to make this easier for you, there's no price on that. That is incredible. All right, last 2 minutes here at the most. Who do we need to thank? Because nobody does it alone in this town. And even though you are cool, calm, and collected, I know you've got a slew of people who believe in you that we couldn't get on this couch. So this is your time to thank them.
First, I want to thank my family for always being so supportive, and my community for always showing up. Vendors and volunteers who always participate consistently, and our sponsors. So Angel Davis from Doing It Does It, a nonprofit organization, which is a Black business directory. She has been helping us throughout this year. Tacoma Arts Live, they've been helping me since I joined the ACE program. We also have Tacoma Creates Grants. So that helps us with our performance side. And then Sound Credit Union and BECU also sponsored for our Soul Food Festival. So
wow. Do you have any feeling in your fingers left from writing all those grants?
Sometimes it itch, because that means money's coming.
That's right. Oh, I love that saying. In this last 40 seconds, if you could list off things that you need from our audience, what would they be?
Support. You could just share things. We also need a space. We're looking for a space
right.
to avoid the challenges of, folks saying, hey, your business doesn't align with us. We need a space. That's one
Okay.
big thing. And sponsorships and fiscal sponsorships or in-kind sponsorships.
Okay, we put it out there. Thank you, my love, for
Thank you.
all that you are and
Thank
all
you.
that you are becoming. And I can't wait to have you back on this couch. I'll see you at the Soul Food
Yeah.
Festival.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
That wraps up another great segment of Cityline. It is always a pleasure and a privilege to be in your home. We've given you some great things to think about in this past hour, so go out there, be a part of the tapestry, and pay it forward. And when you come back, as always, we'll be waiting for you right here at Cityline. Take care.
Yeah, to Common as my home. Well, you're from the east end. How you're from Green Bay. How you're from Atlanta, but Tacoma's where you'll stay. Well, you're from the east end. How you're from Green Bay. How you're from Atlanta, but Tacoma's where you'll stay. Yeah, Tacoma, that's my home. From the pines to the dawn. Tacoma, that's my home, yeah. Tacoma, that's my home. Tacoma, that's my home. Place I call my own. Tacoma, that's my home, yeah. Tacoma, that's my home. Alright, you're from the East Coast. Alright, you're from the West. Alright, you're from the middle, but Tacoma's still the best. Alright, you're from the East Coast. Alright, you're from the West. Alright, you're from the middle, but Tacoma's still the best. Hey, Tacoma, that's my home. From the pines to the dawn. Tacoma, that's my home. Yeah, Tacoma.